Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investors Channel. We are looking at Ripple's $5 billion bid for Circle, the USDC issuer. Why it happened, what's happening next, my little insight of what I think are they going to give up? Is it a failure for Ripple? I don't think so. I think there's more to it. So this is going to be good for XRP. We are going to be looking directly into some news stories. The banks are getting involved as well. Are Ripple looking to become a bank? That's what it looks like. So do stay with me until the end of this video, where we're going to be analysing this whole deal, what's coming next. There will be timestamps down below as well if you want to go to direct parts of the video, but please do watch until the end because there's a lot to cover here, and this is one of the biggest news stories in crypto this year. So, what have they done? Ripple has attempted to acquire Circle, the issuer of the USDC stablecoin. Was driven by a desire to leapfrog into a dominant position in the stablecoin market. Stablecoins are crucial to crypto for payments, liquidity. Excuse me. Liquidity, and Ripple has just launched its own USD-backed stablecoin, RLUSD, in late 2024. However, RLUSD's scale is tiny compared to USDC. We've got $317 million market cap compared to $62 billion market cap. So they want a head start. They've got the money, they've got the technology. They want to get a little bit of a head start into the stablecoin market. They were a little bit late to the game. They want to. They've got the money. They've got, and they want to accelerate it as well. There's a few other things, but we'll get on them shortly. By buying Circle, Ripple will instantly gain a massive stablecoin user base and liquidity rather than spending years to grow RLUSD organically. This fits Ripple's broader plan to integrate stablecoins into its payment networks alongside XRP. Ripple could use USDC's wide adoption in cross-border payments to complement its XRP based liquidity solutions, effectively skipping the slow adoption phase for RLUSD by taking over the second largest stablecoin overnight. Such a move aligns with Ripple's growth strategy. The company has billions in cash and has been pursuing strategic acquisitions. We've seen them with their massive acquisition of the brokerage firm, which handles $3 trillion a year. So in short, Circle would have given Ripple an immediate foothold in stablecoins, accelerating its vision of a seamlessly global value transfer through both XRP and major USD stablecoins. So why did they reject it? That seems like a pretty fair offer, in my opinion. Maybe they lowballed them a little bit. Let's see. Despite the hefty $4 to $5 billion bid, Circle declined the offer, citing several reasons. Valuation and deal structure were key issues. Circle felt $5 billion was undervalued for the company, especially as it had strong financial backers, BlackRock, Fidelity, and prior funding rounds valuing it higher. A 2022 raise at an $8 billion valuation, and now shelved a SPAC deal at $9 billion. So, what that sounds like to me that they'll take an offer for around $9 billion. Can Ripple afford $9 billion? Well, they can. They've got enough money to buy a company for $9 billion. So I don't think this is the end. I don't think this is a failure. I think we'll see another offer come back. I don't think this is the end of the story, in my opinion, anyway. So moreover, insiders note Ripple's offer wasn't all cash. A significant portion was in Ripple's equity, private stock, which is illiquid and hard to value. For Circle, which is preparing for a public stock listing, swapping its future upside for another company's private shares was not appealing. The equity-heavy bid made the $5 billion offer look less attractive from liquidity and valuation perspectives. There were also competitive and strategic conflicts. Ripple has its own Ripple stablecoin, making Circle a direct competitor. Circle likely viewed the bid as an attempt by a rival to absorb and neutralize USDC. I don't think that's the case, but let's go on to this. Will Ripple try again or pivot? According to Bloomberg sources, Ripple has not ruled out the acquisition entirely. It is still interested in Circle, but hasn't decided whether to place another bid. The initial offer, reportedly raised from $4 billion to $5 billion during talks, was rebuffed. So Ripple's options are now either to sweeten the deal or pursue other strategies. Given Circle's stance, Ripple might hesitate to dramatically increase the price, especially if it would have to be cash. It is possible Ripple could attempt a new bid later in Circle's IPO plans falter, but for now, Ripple may pivot its stablecoin strategy elsewhere. in my opinion, they're going to place another offer. So, in any case, Ripple's leadership has made it clear that they aim to boost their stablecoin ambitions through strategic moves, whether that means revisiting Circle later or buying another opportunity. Ripple is likely to continue to keep pushing the stablecoin arena. For now, no new bid is confirmed. Ripple is on the fence after rejection. In the interim, expect Ripple to emphasize RLUSD's growth, perhaps leveraging its strong cash reserve and regulatory approval in New York, and possibly pursue another merger and acquisition to fast track a stablecoin strategy if Circle remains off the table. So you can see what Ripple are doing right now. They've made it clear they want to be big players in the stablecoin industry, and they've made it absolutely clear with this offer they made on Circle. Let's just scroll down to the summary of what's going on. So the goal is to instantly dominate the $160 billion stable coin market. Circle's market cap is 62 billion, the second biggest stablecoin globally. The strategy is to use Circle's scale to accelerate Ripple's payment ecosystem and complement XRP and RLUSD. So the takeaway for XRP holders, Ripple is playing offensive, trying to control key infrastructure that could feed demand for XRP as a bridge asset. So this is all good for XRP. This all ties into XRP, and that's why I am an XRP holder. They rejected it because it was undervalued, too much Ripple stock, direct competitor, IPO focus, and the takeaway is Circle sees itself as a long-term player, not for sale, especially to a rival. We will see about that. There's a right price for everything, isn't there? Will Ripple try again? I think there will. Alternative moves, they will grow RLUSD, acquire smaller stablecoins, and use Ripple's cash for another strategic deal. So Ripple's broad vision to become a crypto financial giant with XRP and RLUSD. The next step is becoming a bank. There will be probably the biggest bank out there if they get these things sorted. And we'll look into what John Deaton has said about that, because that is very, very interesting as well. So let me move on to this news story here from Bloomberg. Ripple offered to buy stablecoin rival Circle for up to $5 billion. Circle is focused on following through on its initial public offering it filed for earlier this month, and Ripple hasn't decided whether to make another offer. Ripple, let's see what this. No, that's not something we want to cover right now. We do not comment on market rumors, a spokesperson for Circle said in an email statement. As we're currently in a quiet period with the SEC, we cannot comment on further on our corporate financial plans. Our long-term goals remain the same. That's what the representative said. A representative for Ripple declined to comment, says Bloomberg. The offer comes as crypto deal-making accelerates following a run-up in digital token values, which has spurred several players to ramp up their IPO plans. Circle, BitGo, Gemini, Bullish Global have all considered going public as soon as this year. Bloomberg News has reported Ripple agreed to buy Prime brokerage Hidden Road for $1.25 billion. They're making acquisitions left, right, and center, it seems. Here's what's interesting, in my opinion. We've got John Deaton here, who is a big voice in the SEC XRP case, who's saying this. So the IPO price target, Circle's S1 filings and roadshow suggest a target valuation of $4 to $5 billion for its IPO, expected to list on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker CRCL. So this is Circle. This is what they tried to acquire. Their roadmap suggesting a $4 to $5 billion valuation, which is exactly what Ripple has offered them. Maybe not enough in the cash form. Some analysts like PitchBook's Robert LE believe this is intentionally low, predicting a potential increase to $5 billion or higher post roadshow if investors' interest is strong. Stock price secondary market data indicates Circle shares might be priced around $40 per share in April 2025, down from $42 in this 2022 Series F round. Let's move down. Is 10 billion in the card? Would Circle reject 9 billion? So this is John Deaton saying, if Ripple suggested $9 billion, would they reject it? It doesn't seem like he would. The question is, when did Ripple put that offer price to Circle? Probably before the Circle Payments Network was announced. Ripple is likely more motivated than before, which would make the second offer amount very interesting, 2 digits with $1 billion. So it is still on the cards that we get another another offer from Ripple. Ripple buying Circle is not for the financials. It curbs competition, controls USDC, dominates the stablecoin market, sidelines rivals, and takes over Circle's payment network that will be fueled by an IPO. But how much is that worth? A lot. A second offer is incoming. This is from a Twitter user as well. We've got the financials on the page there for Ripple. So my final thoughts on this are, it's interesting. What's nice to see is Ripple is still innovating. They are still going out. They've got the money. They've got certainty. You can see their tune has really changed after the SEC stopped going after them. They've got clarity. They can go out there and make these mergers and acquisitions. If they don't get Circle, that is fine. They can go after the smaller dogs and build it up organically. But in my opinion, this isn't the end of this story. I think we will get another offer. I think Brad has a lot of influence in the sector, and obviously they've got a lot of cash on the books as well. They can sell some of their XRP and go after these. Ultimately, this is good for XRP. This is good for Ripple, the company, and I think they will go after another offer. Whether they it's after the IPO, or whether we hear a story tomorrow or the day after that they've put in another bid. We haven't heard anything from Brad yet, so we will wait to hear for more. Until next time, please do have a look at this video up here. There'll be another one up here for you. Please do hit the like button, subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.